Think of the Fiat X19 and you'll probably think of the little tinfoil constructed sports car of the 70s that, whilst it is good fun, falls apart at the mere mention of rain. What you probably won't be thinking of is a full Group 4 built rally car. But yep, that's what we've got here, courtesy of DM Historics, and believe it or not, they're going to let this idiot take that car on the road. There are no words that can explain how excited I am to be driving this thing, but just very quickly, it's the real deal. We've got rally spec tyres, we've got wider arches, we've got all the proper fuel and electricity cut off, the roof's been bolted in place, the engine cover's permanently open for cooling, we've got all the Abarth and Fiat and Pirelli stickers all over it. This is a Fiat X19 in body shell alone, really. Everything else is a complete competition spec rally car, right down to these windows, which you are definitely not getting your Big Mac meal through. It's a beautiful day, we've got a Fiat X19 rally car, and I am not waiting any longer for this. Let's go and drive it. Driving the X19 rally car is a crazy experience because I can't do the usual car review stuff of, oh, it's really refined and it's really comfortable and it feels really like you could cover long distances in it, because you couldn't. I wouldn't want to spend more than about 20 minutes in this thing, but it's a rally car. You have to forget all the usual preconceptions of what it should be like. Everything about this is designed to be abused. You can probably hear the carbs as well. They're so enormous that until it gets up to a certain RPM, it just doesn't run smoothly. And it's so loud that it's hard to concentrate on anything other than what gear you should be in. I'm in second gear now, that's nearly 50 miles an hour. Slightly damp, and this has got Toyo R888Rs, which are not by any stretch an all-weather tyre, and it's a short wheelbase rear-wheel drive which is prone for being snappy, so I'm having to be so ginger with this now, which means it's not in its prime mode. It should be being thrashed. I should be driving this at 7,000 RPM. Not a chance, my friend, not a chance.
A common X19 complaint is headroom, but with low-mounted race seats and harnesses, there are no such worries here. Despite that though, and the fact that it's a rally car, you'll note the number plates. When it was imported from Italy, this car was also tweaked to be completely road legal. But don't go thinking that that makes it a pussycat.
And I can't explain it, you can probably tell I'm out of breath, because you have to drive it so hard. There's a squirrel in the road there. That's about the most scared that squirrel will ever have been. You can't mess about with the gear change. Some classics you have to be sympathetic and light. This, you just manhandle it. Don't be gentle with it. Punish the clutch. Be quick on the gear change. You can barely concentrate on what you're doing, but when you do, you realise how exciting it is. It's so draining and it's so mentally taxing, but it's so nimble and so alive and so pure. No car I've ever driven has been this alert and this alive. The clutch is so heavy, it's ridiculous. But it's a race car. It's an absolute pig to turn around and to do anything at low speeds. We were actually told before we got in this car today that anything below 2,000 RPM, it just doesn't want to know. And driving it, you can sort of work out why, because that was $4.5 grand and it's still not really gathered up its skirts and run. The thing is, for all the histrionics, it's only actually got 117 horsepower. So I feel like the world's about to end, and I look down and I'm doing 40. Once you're actually used to the way it drives, which is you've got to be so aggressive and purposeful with it, because it's not actually that quick, in broad terms, it's not actually that frightening. I'm not used to it yet. I'm not going to pretend to be a racing driver and say that I got anything like the full potential out of this thing. but as a little Fiat fan who just got to drive an actual rally car, I'm pretty bloody happy, I can tell you that.